why do you do the things that you do? What is the driving force behind what you do?
Yeah. We've talked about this before. The fact that it's kind of weird being at this point in our lives. Well, at least for me, I think you've probably gotten further along in life than I have. But I mean, it's weird right now because like I'm not dating anybody, and so I'm not like in a serious relationship or anything, and I'm not really planning my life out, and so oftentimes it feels as though I'm, for lack of a better term, just going through the motions of like, well, I just need to pay my bills, so I got to get that done. That makes my life sound super boring, but I guess that is the main reason I go to work. It's not like I have the best job in the world. It's like I got to pay rent for this month and all that. It's not like it's a terrible job, but I think I just go to work to pay the bills, and just to like get everything aligned immediately. But I assume you're probably asking about more than work. I don't know. I haven't been self-reflecting a lot.
Yeah.
I was talking to Matt yesterday, and uh, I brought up something like the way I feel like my life wasn't like right where it should have been, just felt wrong. And then as I was saying it, I was like, I feel like I'm so far from like the peace that I felt like months ago. And then I was like, oh wait, that's totally wrong. I totally feel at peace with where I am now, like content. And I kind of like talked myself like into remembering that am a happy person. Like I think and Matt brought up, he was like, that's like the devil trying to convince you that like wherever you're at now is just not good enough. Which I figured out like which wasn't, it's not true, but I think I fall into that a lot.
Yeah, so we're two different people. And there's some days that I'm like, man, I really wish just like Max had a desire to like work out more or something, like,
Oh
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
this small little thing of like, I feel like I could be more fit if my roommate was into
yeah,
it too.
yeah,
and
definitely.
and I was reflecting on it. I was telling Noelle about this, and I was like, that is such a good. I mean, that just describes my whole life. Like, I'm looking past what is actually right in front of me and what is good for me.
Mm,
And
yeah,
you taught me. You're continually teaching me how to be present and okay, like, and peaceful with
mm,
what you're doing, because like you said, your life doesn't,
yeah,
on paper,
pretty crap.
pretty crap. And I would say even like mine is definitely like that too, like on paper. Well, I
Your
do
life is
I,
pretty good on paper.
I do just weird dumb stuff most of the time, so
Yeah,
I guess it's a little bit more interesting, but
yeah,
um but yeah, I think the reason what I want to get into is that, like, just being, we're not human doers, we're human beings,
mm,
and we just like need to like take a step back. And I think that's like the number one thing that you've taught me,
yeah,
about that. So what's your, why is that such a big part of your life, or if that's
yeah.
just like a natural thing, or if it's an intentional thing?
Huh. It's funny that you say that because I feel like I learned a lot of it from when I moved in with you and Greg. Because I mean, I've always been like an anxious person, and so I'm always kind of worried that I'm not doing things right until up until like I think I moved in with you and Greg at Eaton Place, and learned that my parents have always like kind of pushed me to like be that person that isn't so worried about who I am or who I'm not. Um, but in high school, I think it is like the pendulum swing of like, in high school I was so worried about like who I was, and I was like thinking, I was telling Matt last night, like I just wanted to be a good person, and so I would like just do these things that like were good person things, but I hated them, and like but like I loved that I hated them, and the fact that I was like the fact that I hated what I was doing, but I was doing it to be a good person, somehow made me a better person. And so I was like doing all these things like to be a good person when I think like I just needed to sit down every once in a while with myself and just like be happy with that. And so I think it's like kind of a pendulum swing of like, man, yeah, I don't work out, which I probably should work out. like, but I'm like just, I think that, like I've told you before, I think the work of my 20s, the mental work and the spiritual work is just gonna be figuring out how to love myself the way that I am now. And then also, I think I need to introduce like growth that I think like you're like really good at, and like discipline, and like striving to be a better person. But yeah, it could even be the work of my life. It'll probably be the work of my life figuring out how to love myself. But
It's so true.
but that's everybody's story, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I love the um yeah, I love that point of view that you have on that, because you can decide to do things like discipline and the things
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
make us all, that enhance our ego, that make us feel better about
Yeah.
ourselves. We can decide to do those things in a good way and in a bad way. And so you can use that negative, I'm not good enough
Mm.
until I do this.
Yeah.
Or you can look at yourself like you, like I believe that you're, when like I believe that you do, is it's okay that I just like spent this last 2 hours
Yeah.
walking around, being on the being on the porch, coming back inside, playing a
Yeah.
little guitar. Like you, that's what you do, and
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm good. I'm inherently good
Yeah.
as a person. And then taking that step forward like that, and it's like I don't need these actions. I don't need these things,
Yeah.
but that they are good for me.
Yeah. Definitely.
They're not making me good.
Yeah. Exactly. They would enhance my like just my happiness and joy, and like serving other people. I think is like the I think the whole purpose of our being is to just give ourselves to another person. So it does like weigh on me, like when, especially since I hurt my foot. Like I think the past 2 days I've only left this room to get in my car. It's been, and I haven't realized it because people have been over and I've been doing things. But like when I spend a day watching like celebrity interviews, I kind of want to cry. It's just like, it's like the worst feeling in the world, and I'm hearing about people's lives that I don't even care about. Like, why do I care about what happened to Timothy Chalamet on a movie that I haven't seen? I don't care. But I'm watching this stupid Jimmy Fallon interview. Oh my gosh. Not that I hate Jimmy Fallon, but yeah, there's definitely room for me to like grow and like I think be more active. And I think I am happier when I do that. But yeah. It's funny that you say like that I've been teaching you how to like be present and be, but like all of last year I was like learning all this stuff from you. Like, man, I realized like you didn't go to college, and I was like, wait, I can do that? Like, cuz I hate college. And then like when we go camping or something like that, it's, I think like when we went to Florida, people were like, well, let's go like swimming or like go to the beach, but like oftentimes it was us sitting in silence around our trailer next to the fire, and it was like us sweating our all of our water supply out, and then and just sitting around. But I had so much fun on that trip. It was like the most peaceful
Yeah.
like 5 days of my life. Even the driving and the simplicity of that 16-hour drive
Yeah.
was awesome. It was perfect.
Right.
But I think it is difficult, like, and we've talked about this before, like we're different in a lot of ways, but in the ways that we're similar, it like is like changes everything about like the dynamic of our apartment. And I think like being able just to like go out and do nothing, like literally nothing, just sit around and be content with that, I think is a gift that I don't know if I would have had and other roommates. It would have been crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Just reflecting, that's so funny. Like, I I am. I think that's the perfect relationship. Like,
Suck it, Noel.
Dang it. Yeah, I heard myself saying it, and I was like, why am I saying this right now?
Oh, man.
But that give that the raw feeling of just, wow, I'm learning so much from you, and then it's just like an equal amount of just equal.
Equals!
Dang it. Yeah, so I'm going back to my questions right now.
Cool.
Ooh. Okay. This is the... Oh, I need to figure out... Do you have a good name for this? Noel's hair.
Oh,
Noel,
man.
if you're watching this.
I think 60% of our apartment is now Noel's hair. It's not a big apartment.
I just slide around when I walk on the floor.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
just
dude.
hair. I'm glad
I'll be finding like tons of Noel's hair in my hoodie, which I'm like, how did this happen? Like, where is it coming from?
It just like
Not that
glides.
I have a problem with it. Like,
It just glides. Like it
Yeah.
falls off her hair and just like slides
yeah,
up.
it's like those
wherever.
spiders that like shoot their web and then jump on it in the springtime. And
Yeah.
they're, like flying.
And they just float.
Oh,
Oh, those
man.
are so scary.
Yeah, but
'Cause
they're
you're-
so cool though.
They are cool, but you're walking in the middle of like no trees, nothing.
Yeah.
You just like you like feel
You're like-
something, you start
and you
freaking
know,
out.
yeah, you know there's a little spider laying eggs in your hair.
Yeah. And that's a problem when you don't wash your hair.
Exactly.
So, okay, first of all, what's a good name? So I'm just calling it like no bullshit habits. But what's a good name? Like I want something that rings like the Daily Double. Or the Daily Dolly.
the double dolly,
The
daily double dolly.
the no bullshit habits. Like what do you
Bullshit
actually do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you actually do?
Okay. I don't know if I have any daily habits outside of showering and brushing my teeth right now. I don't know. I guess since we have a pretty nice deck, I think I spend at least like yesterday I was on there for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Just sitting around. Especially since I can't go anywhere. What is a daily habit I have? See, this is where I could use more of your discipline because I don't have any daily habits.
Well, that's what I'm looking for though too. I think there's something more like what do you do every day without really thinking?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
not necessarily something that's good. Well, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be good if you do it every day, but
Yeah, so I'm kind of gonna just take like a snippet of my life in terms of like having a sprained foot and not going anywhere.
yeah.
So recently it's been like social media has definitely been like a staple to my day, which is definitely a bad thing. I don't even think there's any redeeming qualities to looking at it, especially my state of mind right now, not being able to
Right.
do anything. And then YouTube and yeah, like what I was talking about earlier, like stupid celebrity interviews that I shouldn't care about. And yeah, coffee. Coffee's definitely,
Coffee is definitely a thing.
yeah. I'm not
I'd say
that good
coffee
with
is a
that.
good.
Yeah, coffee, and then music is always there. That's just kind of a fluid thing. I don't really go a day without playing guitar or some sort of instrument
There it is.
or writing.
I think
Yeah.
that's what I was looking for. Something like that.
Yeah.
Real quick, what is that? What does that do for you?
Music for the longest time has always been like it's like I always call it like the 3 a.m. sort of thoughts, like the if you would, sad boy hours. Like it's those kind of thoughts where I'm like, there's something like deep that I can't, like, there's an emotion that I can't shake, and it's like I need to at least get it out, or at least half of it out, and just maybe so I can get some sleep. And so it's been like that, and so I'll write like songs about um, maybe my anger, my spiritual life, or like maybe just feeling a distance between me and another person, like in a relationship. And so it's like this deep thing that I feel like hasn't been expressed well outside of myself. So like we hear all these cliches of, take any cliche stuff, like you're in spiritual desolation. It's like, well, desolation is like, don't listen to your to your thoughts in times of desolation. Don't take your anxieties too seriously. And then it's like, but like what Matt was saying last night when I was talking to him, it's like cliches only make sense after the fact. Like in the moment, it's like, shut the up. Like
Yeah, right.
that doesn't help me at all right now, you know. But I definitely think sometimes we're not supposed to be helped. That was a side tangent, but yeah, that's what music is. But recently, I was thinking about this last night. I've been getting really into like character songs, which I think has been healthy. Like, so I'm writing about something outside of myself, like a character that I've just thought up in my head that is really just like a caricature of like an emotion I feel. Except now it's not like, how do I feel deep like now, and I have to like kind of pour that out through my guitar or ukulele, whatever it is. Now it's like there's this person that experiences something. So like one I wrote, Moonshine Mystic, which I play way too much around here, about a Eastern spiritual guy who went blind from drinking bad moonshine. And so I just like express myself vicariously. Is that the right word? Vicariously through this character that I created. But it's a lot easier to like write songs about something outside of yourself because like when I'm writing like about something I feel passionately, I'll write like a bad line, like a line that's really stupid, like "Can I scream?" Like it's like I don't think that's a good line. Like what was the "Can I scream for a moment? 'Cause feelings dictate my life, and it is showing." Like that line, I don't think is that good. And I've always wanted to change it, but it was like what I was feeling at that time. So I felt like if I was gonna do the song right, if I was gonna let the song be what it is, I couldn't change that because that's what I was like literally feeling, and was the best way to express it. But when it's outside of myself, like I think honestly, it's like some of the best songs I've ever written because it's outside of myself, and I can be like, that line is kind of stupid, and I want to change it because it's not myself. It's a character that I wrote. So, yeah.
Right. But it's like, and still at the same time, very real.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
I think it's been beautiful. Like listening to your newest songs over and over and over and over and over and over again. I think it is. You definitely have been pumping out some good songs. Okay, last question is. Oh yeah. One, I know you've been reading a lot more.
Yeah, like 2 books. But that is a lot more than normal.
What is a quote, line, possibly even something I said, I know I throw out some good one-liners, that's been on your mind, as Father Isaac would say, really been reflecting on it.
Yeah.
The last week, it's really hit me.
Oh man.
What does he say all the time? Letting it soak in.
You know that line, or he's like, I'm still thinking about that movie, about that horse that traveled through the Himalayas and met a small boy who fell in love with a girl and transcended, found nirvana. I don't know. You know.
I really am thinking about this line.
That's your Father Isaac impression. Oh man. One line that you want it from the books that I've been reading?
Literally anything
Yeah.
within the last week or 2 weeks.
So the plus side of being injured and not being able to walk around, go anywhere, is I've been watching some like really good movies. And there was a line in Jojo Rabbit, this new movie. The mom was dancing around. She has a 10-year-old son, and she was dancing, and the kid is a part of the Hitler Youth, and he was like, "Why are you dancing? We're losing the war." And she was like, this is a paraphrase, I don't know the exact line, but she was like, "We must dance to show God that we are grateful for life." Like, and that really struck me, and it's like a big part of that movie. But like, it was just so beautiful. Like, even like if you strip it down, like dancing and enjoying life to the fullest is just like giving thanks for our existence. And so even like the simplest thing is like smiling, laughing at a joke, and like enjoying your existence. I can't even imagine how much joy Christ feels and be laughing at a stupid sitcom joke that he's, because I mean like everything is given, and so I'm sure like Christ is like gives me the pain, and I'm not like against like pain in life, but gives me pain so I can grow. But then I think there's also like I can't imagine like his excitement for when he gives me, when I partake in like an amazing moment, because like everything is given. Think about like if you're like give a gift to somebody and they're just like, "This sucks, I hate this gift," like a skateboard or something. But like if you see like you give somebody a skateboard and then they become like what was it, popular Tony Hawk, like a Tony Hawk sort of person. Like think about his aunt who gave him a skateboard when he was really little. How stoked she must be when he pulled off the, what was it, the 900? I don't know what that.
I'm a skater.
I'm not a skater. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was really beautiful.
That is beautiful. Heck yeah. Okay, I think that's it.
Cool.
I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I was gonna throw a line in, but
oh yeah.
I
totally forgot that you were trying to keep it 15 minutes.
No,
I did not think about that.
No, don't worry about it.
I talked forever.
I don't know how long it is, but we're not past 30 because the camera hasn't shut off. So
cool.
We are good. All right, thanks guys for watching, listening. If you listened,
Deuces.
Findingtheflame.com. Go grab some gear.
Hey.
Check out the Strong 30. We have some new gear coming. Could not tell you when, but it's coming. And then let me know if there's someone that you want to hear on this podcast, or if you want to be heard on this podcast. DM me. Text me.
Messenger pigeon.
Hedwig.
Yeah, if you got one of those.
All right.
That was good.
Good one.